don't clean up my blood. You didn't clean up both of them.
Right there.
Why are you doing it? Why are you doing that? Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away, get away, get away.
I love my job.
Paris, battered and bloodied. Police say in their statement that Paris sustained a minor injury to her face during the arrest.
You're gonna get hurt even more. Get in there. Get in there.
You're just tacking on new charges.
They brutalized her while placing her under arrest for behavioral manifestations of a mental health disorder.
Tulsa PD now facing a lawsuit for how they handled the situation. She was suffering a mental health crisis from bipolar disorder, and that the responding officers, quote, taunted, harassed, and antagonized her.
So either you leave on your own.
You better not do it.
It's you and my soul.
I'm just kidding.
It'll eventually run out.
Until it's gone.
To who it may concern, at 101 we witnessed your car get hit on the front bumper. We followed the car and got pictures of the license plate, but we do require a reward for it. Sorry, but these are hard times and I do hope you understand. Sincerely, trying to help you. Here's my number. How do you mess up this bad? How do you make a letter that seems on the outset completely nice and such a great gesture? You know, hey, I saw someone hit your car and drive away, but then you follow it up with, it must be a reward to find out who hit your car? Are you serious? What makes you think that this person has any money to give you? I mean, they're gonna be too busy fixing their car. Why can't you just be a good person? It's 100% free. It costs you $0 and 0 cents to not be a scumbag. Alright, so here's a little bit of context for this text message. The person receiving the message is a maid, and the person sending the message is their boss. Hi, just wanted to let you know that we loved the cleaning last week and was wondering if you could come back every month. Also, we were wondering if you could give us a discount next time. We saw you refilling your water bottle from our sink. It seems not like a big deal, but our water bill is high, especially with our new pool. Looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Let me get this straight. You're such a spendthrift that you go out of your way to build a pool and fill it with water, and you can easily afford that, but you're too cheap to allow your maid to get a sip of water from the tap. You are so concerned with the 20 cents of water that your maid is drinking that you want that as a discount for the next time she or he comes back. I swear the level of evil that I encounter on this subreddit consistently exceeds my expectations. I am never not wowed by how awful people can be to each other on this subreddit. Alright, Snapchat. Nothing cringy ever happens on Snapchat. Hey, does the thought of a married man's dripping from deep inside your tight, trembling, wet turn you on? No? Really? Why not? Because you should respect your wife? I do. Not if you're trying to screw other women. And right there is the issue when it comes to arguing with anyone who actively cheats on their partner. They don't necessarily see it as a disrespect to their partner because they're just trying to indulge their fantasies and their wants. This guy is 100% fascinated and turned on by the fact that he, a husband, is able to have this taboo relationship with you. That's what is so attractive to him. The violation of the sanctity of marriage is what turns this dude on. So that's why he doesn't see it as a disrespect to his wife, because he genuinely doesn't care. It's all about him. He's probably an addict, he's probably done this multiple times, and he doesn't care how it affects his wife, how it affects his family, because his actions are purely self-serving. He's selfish. He just wants to have sex with you because that's what turns him on. Indian couple sue their son for $500,000 as they haven't had a grandchild. Wow, one action just guaranteed that you'll never get a grandchild, because not only is this dude never going to speak to you again, but that $500,000 lawsuit is going to make it real difficult for him to take care of a child. I am so sorry that there's people out there who have incredibly pushy parents who want them to have children just so that they could have grandchildren. It's almost like these people didn't realize that their children grew up and have their own agency to make their own choices. Not everybody wants to have children, and by virtue of being their parents, you're not entitled to having grandchildren. Spray painting over Native American petroglyphs at Mount Charleston. You ever take a look at somebody and realize just how stupid they are? You don't have to ask them general knowledge questions, you don't have to speak to them, they just have the look of someone who's invalid. You know, someone who's just incredibly stupid. I can tell that this dude thinks hard about everything, not because he's a pensive guy, but because the simplicities of life are challenging to him. I'm sure that he puts on his shoes backwards every morning. That's the type of vibe that I'm getting. Alright, it's about that time to play the game of what did this guy do? Alright, so here's his face. I want you guys to go into the comments and guess what he did. And I guarantee you, you're not gonna guess right. You're not gonna know. Alright, I'm gonna give you a few more seconds. Alright, go ahead and type. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and type. Alright, you have your answers? Here you go. Baby dies in hot car after dad is arrested, but doesn't tell the cops his infant was alone in the parked vehicle. You heard right and you read right. This dude gets caught by the cops, arrested, and never told the cops that his baby was in the car. So the cops pull away and the baby dies alone in a hot car. This dude was so absent-minded, he was so concerned with the crime that ultimately got him caught that his baby died from pure neglect. Oh, and for those who have looked at the time code in the video, yes, it gets worse. It gets so much worse from here.
Ain't wanna let me get in the video, man. Boo Bigelow looking at nigga, Tom Hanks looking at nigga, Fish Man looking at nigga, Taco Sound man. That's your name, nigga. Dude, I love the ring, looking at nigga, man. Hell man, looking at Captain Jack looking at nigga, man. Oh man, looking at nigga, man. Doodle Sound eating at nigga. Will Smith looking at nigga. Police looking at nigga. Look at that man right there, hot dog head.
Harris County, Texas. The search is on for Scumbag 22 after she allegedly assaulted a 73-year-old woman who was her Uber customer on Valentine's Day. Scumbag is currently wanted by law enforcement for injury to an elderly person and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If you have any information regarding her whereabouts, you are urged to contact our dispatch or your local law enforcement. Now that you know the backstory that led up to this 73-year-old woman being beaten within the inch of her life, let me tell you why she was beaten. It was incredibly petty. It was all because the elderly woman requested she stop texting and driving, and Miss Scumbag here took that personally and chose to turn around from the front seat and beat this woman nearly to death. All because this elderly lady had the audacity to ask her Uber driver to drive safely. I swear, people like this woman are a dime a dozen now. Monsters, animals who will go out of their way to nearly kill someone just because they had the audacity to ask them to do something reasonable. For some reason, people who work any sort of service position are vulnerable to a brutal beating, all because they have the audacity to ask a customer or ask whoever to just be reasonable. I really don't know why this type of asinine behavior is becoming more and more common, but Jesus Christ, we need to find a way to stop it. Officer accused of masturbating in front of victims during domestic violence call. The charged behavior is beyond disturbing, a California district attorney said. Law enforcement officers respond to our homes to help crime victims, not terrorize, traumatize, and create new victims. You think it's beyond disturbing? I'm still trying to wrap my head around what went down, you know? Did he just pull down his pants and start jacking it while these guys are having a domestic violence situation? Not enough context in the world could explain this situation. Both of these people who are involved in this incredibly traumatizing event will probably see a lot of money from whatever police department was, associated with this man. But to be honest, if I was in that situation, they could offer me $20 million. I'll take it, but I'll still be traumatized. I don't think any sort of dollar amount would help me heal those scars. Trying Britney's cig. And for everyone getting offended over this, she only had one puff of the thing and barely inhaled it. It was for a joke. Now, for those who are confused about what's going on, this is an Instagram post of a baby smoking, a mother holding a cigarette to the baby's mouth and the baby inhaling. I'm not going to show the image, even though I'm certain that I'm not going to get flagged on YouTube for it. It's a child doing something that a child should not be doing, and I'm not going to just participate in that. I'm not even really going to comment on her justification. She was already trying to cover her ass by saying that the baby didn't really inhale. It was all for a joke. You knew that it was bad when you posted it, so I'm not even gonna try and say oh, she's trying to. No, she knew what she was doing. The response under it is perfect. This isn't funny. You should have your child taken from you. You're sick. Yeah, that should absolutely happen. I endorse that activity. This woman should not be a parent.
You guys wonder why there's a wing shortage. But the funny thing is, I'm sure this is pissing a lot of you guys off. But who's actually gonna step up and do something?
A student was brutally murdered yesterday in northern Nigeria because of blasphemy. And this is your response? As a Muslim, if you're more concerned about the mob killing of Deborah than the dirtiest thing she said upon our noble prophet, then you don't know what God has done for you. If you have to kill someone because they have the audacity to question your faith and your God, It begs the question whether or not your faith in your God is credible. If you have to kill someone instead of explaining to them how your religion works and how significant your God is, that's evidence of the fact that maybe your religion is just unfounded, and that you don't have any true justifications that would help her change her mind. Okay, so in the United States we have a baby formula shortage. It's the result of incredibly bad policies made by the federal government and the aftershocks from the COVID supply chain crisis that has been going on in the United States for the past 2 years. And now that you understand the background to this problem, you can also understand another problem with this issue. People going to different stores, buying up formula, and then selling it at inflated prices. $90 for 1 can of formula. 1 can, 90 bucks, plus $10 shipping. Formula is already expensive. I've seen prices between $30 to $60 for formula. And this scumbag is selling it for 90 bucks, capitalizing on the fact that mothers can't feed their children. And to the geniuses in the audience who are like, why can't mothers breastfeed? Not all mothers can. That's the shitty part. Before formula, babies would just starve. Sure, the vast majority of pregnant mothers have the ability to lactate, but formula makes up the difference for those who simply can't. And this person is taking advantage of that and charging these people 90 bucks a can.
Bro really finessed Lil Man out of the arm sleeve.
Meghan McCain advertises her book on her father's headstone, 2022. 1, I didn't know that his daughter even had a book. 2, I'm definitely not going to buy it, and I'm going to almost certainly make sure other people don't buy it, because are you seriously taking a picture with your daughter in front of your father's grave only to promote your book? And don't even get me started about the politics of this image. Not only are you standing on your father's grave, but then you are promoting a book that makes fun of his ideology and his politics that almost certainly shaped your life. Regardless if you agree with him or not, the fact that he was a politician is the reason why you're able to even write a book about anything. His work in the federal government made sure that you could have a comfortable lifestyle, and you are actively stepping on his legacy. Man with cane shot to death after trying to fend off teens harassing him, HPD says.
All right, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
Oh, no. No, I beg your pardon. You were inviting people into the morgue and were offering bodies to them. You were pimping out dead bodies, bro? Oh my god, after a little bit of research, this man is behind bars. He is in prison. But who? Who is your clientele? Why is this the only man who's in jail? Where is everybody else that paid to assault a dead body? We need to find those people. We need to find them and eradicate them. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Was pulled over for drunk driving, but talked her way out of it after giving a sob story about breaking up with her boyfriend.
I was like, I just got out of a really bad relationship and he's really toxic and he dumped me.
She even says she failed a breathalyzer, but instead of arresting her, she claims the cop asked her out.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch.
The teen also posted video she says was from earlier in the night that shows her chugging tequila and goofing around. Now the sheriff's office is fighting back, releasing this body cam video that shows what really happened.
I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
okay.
How those crocodile tears flowed.
Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart.
The officer shows compassion.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay.
He checks her license and registration, and when he returns a few minutes later, he seems like a good guy.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay?
Contrary to the teen's claims, there was no breathalyzer, and he definitely did not ask her out.
I would like to hear from everyone with this type of situation. I have a tenant with cancer. He paid partial rent for April and hasn't paid in May. He sounded very bad when I spoke to him on April 20th. I emailed him yesterday with a statement of account and expressed concern in regarding his living situation and ability to pay. Contacted him via text 2 hours ago, no response. How many would go to notice to quit come Monday, response or not? Anyone dealt with this kind of situation? How did you handle it? I'm getting ready to pack some ice around my heart and move forward. I don't want to get stuck with the worst case scenario. Just heard from a neighbor that he's in fact in the hospital, so now we have some info to work with. Thank you for your input. Let me get this straight. You're about to hassle a dude with cancer for the other half of his rent. You know that he's been good for it because he's paid in the past, yet for some reason you're hounding him for this other 50% for the month of April. You can't chill out and realize that this dude has medical bills? You track this guy down to his hospital. What are you gonna do? Go to his deathbed and be like, hey, you owe me that other half of rent. Jesus Christ. Man murdered a lady's mother and cousin. She then befriended him and supported his early release. Then when he was released, he murdered her too. Now, I want to be very clear here. I'm not going to come down on this woman for having the audacity and having hope in another person, or having some sort of optimism about this person's rehabilitation. That's not necessarily the issue with this news story. It's the fact that people who want to help are actively harming the community by trying to rehabilitate people who cannot be rehabilitated. This man is a murderer. There is nothing he can do other than serve his time that will remotely repay the damages that he made against the community and your family. He ended other people's lives. There's nothing to rehabilitate there. There's nothing to fix. He's just a maniac who killed people. And unfortunately, this woman risked her personal safety and the safety of others by trying to release this man early. Unfortunately, she died for her activism. She died for her altruism. She wanted to help, and she ended up harming herself and potentially other people if he wasn't caught. Thank God he was, but he had no business being out in the first place. I think for a lot of people who want to have some sort of judicial reform, some sort of penal system reform, you need to be able to delineate between people who can be saved and people who cannot. Nothing is wrong with rehabilitation, but rehabilitation only works with people who can be rehabilitated.
Got robbed doing Uber tonight. First and last time in the Bronx.
How you doing?
What's up, bro?
Victoria?
Yeah, that's all the funny about you. Yo, this is a nice car you got here, bro.
I appreciate it.
Cap, bro.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, usually I don't let people sit in the front, but
I felt, but what series car is this?
it's Scat Pack, bro.
Word?
Yeah.
That's big money. I could touch this? Like,
Yeah, bro. I mean,
yo.
do your thing.
Now this is fire. This is something I need. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like honestly, this is something I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna need you to like give me everything.
Yo, what are you talking about?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, don't pass this red light because I'm gonna need everything.
Yo, like,
You
chill.
feel me?
You serious right now?
Pockets, wallet, I need that.
Yeah, bro.
I need that.
Chill.
I need that.
Yo,
Don't
chill,
even,
chill,
yeah, feel me? Make sure this ID is in here, you feel me? Because let you try to do anything, lock the cards, it's over.
Yo, come on, bro. You don't even gotta do
You good? The ID is in here?
Yeah, bro.
Alright, bet.
Yo, what the? Yo, what the hell just happened, bro? Oh, shit.
Get ready. This one's gonna be a doozy. It's not good. Girl 13 is gang by 4 men in India, only to be raped again by a police officer when she reported the attack. Who do you go to next? There is no one else who can help you. After a violent event like that, having the strength to go to the police after all of that and still being assaulted afterwards by the very people who are meant to protect you, who do you go to? Would you be able to trust anyone? If you ever enter a situation like that, a life or death situation, would you be able to trust anyone? When the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones harming you too? Who do you go to? You don't have anyone. You're alone. You're a constant victim. You're always going to be preyed upon by the world's worst people, and you have no one to go to, no one to protect you. And this girl is 13. She can't do anything to stop anyone. What the fuck? Holy shit, what is going on in the world, man? What is going on? You ever just pollute waterways with popped balloons because you just don't care?
Charter boats. Let's throw a party. Pop every single balloon on the bow of the boat just right into the water.
Saw someone posted about this earlier, and I can definitely confirm it's true. I did DoorDash for a short time and realized that if you walk up with confidence to pick up at the pickup spot at any of your favorite fast food spots and grab a bag or 2 bags and walk out, they will not stop you. Been getting free meals every day for 6 months. Proud about stealing other people's food, huh? To be honest, the customer isn't going to lose out on anything. They're just going to be hungry with a refund. That's it. But really, the people who you're affecting are the drivers meant to pick up those orders, because Uber or DoorDash is going to assume that they stole their food or that they messed up. But you're not concerned with that because you're a thief. People like you exploit the fact that innovations in the United States are made because we live in a high-trust society. The only reason why we can have delivery services like this is because there is an assumption that people won't pick up food that doesn't belong to them. But of course, people like you, mongrels like you, steal food and ruin it for everyone else. This next clip shows a pack of wild animals robbing your local Sephora.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Fucking lowlife. And he's just right there. Oh my god. So sick, so sick. Oh my fuck.
Widespread vandalism at one of America's most beautiful national parks. A record number of visitors also means an increase in vandalism of national parks. Our national parks are some of our greatest treasures. They preserve land and wildlife for future generations. Yeah, that's cute and everything, but these guys don't care about that. They want to be able to tag and write their names on old stone just because they want to be remembered, because God forbid anyone forgets them or anybody doesn't know that they were there.
I've taken all of the nicotine.
You can stay right here.
Also on aisle 1. Code 99, code 99. Yeah. Get a job.
I was cheating on my husband of 18 years with his own friend, and after 2 years, my husband caught me. How can I make this go away from his mind and have him forgive me and move forward? If cheating and adultery wasn't bad enough, the fact that you're concerned with him forgiving you goes to show that you just want to leave that mental weight. You don't want to have that on your shoulders. Oh my gosh, my husband despises me. If only he would forgive me so I would stop feeling so bad. I've met so many people with that type of mentality who will go out of their way to apologize to you just so that you can forgive them, just so they can get that really nice reward. Oh, now I don't have to think I'm a bad person because the person who I've irreparably hurt forgave me. You see, that's what these people are concerned with. They're not concerned with changing because they're assholes. They're scumbags. They don't give a fuck. They want to be able to cheat and not feel bad at the same time. Pizza delivery woman squirts vaginal fluid all over the pizzas of known non-tipping customers. Quick question, how does squirting on someone's pizza encourage them to tip you? Because my understanding is when you squirt on someone's pizza, you get charged with a sex crime and now you don't have a job and now you're a sex offender. And let's be real here, why are you upset with the customers not tipping you and not the business paying you more? It really begs the question why the customers should pick up the difference because your employer's cheap. The joke's not even funny. So that's the sad thing, is that if you're gonna make a racist joke, it better be hilarious. It better make everybody in the room cackle and laugh, right? This ain't even funny. This is just tragic, and the fact that y'all took a picture smiling with both of your faces tied to an account that one of y'all own, it would be an understatement to say that you're not going to college. A lot of things in your life just ground to a halt because you weren't smart about your racist joke. If you're gonna make edgy jokes, try not to make them when there's a camera in the room. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you get these notifications every time. I have been gone for an entire month, and it's because finals have been kicking my ass. But after that, I took a little bit of time for myself, and now I have a ton of new subreddits and new content for you all this summer. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And as always, you gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to AV8B Harrier 2 Plus, Swag Daddy 69, Krent Z, Zach F, Darth Titan, Keely D, Donder Has Hawk, Clyde the Hobo, The Fourth Lick, Caroline Banana, A Generic Fox Fur, Julian, Benny's Big Bean Burrito, Knobs, Lady Laughs a Lot, Muffy Lou Who, Noah, John Robinson, and Catherine Taylor. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one to my merch store and one to my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.